The writer's strike is officially over as of Wednesday, although they did stop picketing Sunday, at least for themselves. But the vote went through on Wednesday to officially end the strike, and voting on the three-point deal will go on until October 8th. So we should see production heading up soon, as the writers do have permission to head back to work as of Sunday, yeah. At least the production that only involves our writers. Yes, as of the vote on the 27th, WGA members have the right to head back to work. But what work would be getting done, and how does all of this affect the new episodes being produced? And of course, what about the actors? How long could their continued strike last? As you can see, there's still a lot of questions to be answered. And so let's start at the top. The shows returning to us first will be those late night shows, the news and entertainment ones with a little comedy thrown in. We can expect the first to return as early as Sunday, with John Oliver on Last Week Tonight. Personal favorite in this household. As for the rest of them, well, we can see two Jimmys, a Seth, and a Steven starting next Monday. As for those afternoon chats, with Kelly, Jennifer Hudson, and of course, one of my personal favorites, Drew Barrymore, we're like a few months apart in age. Those won't be back until October. If you're wondering why James Corden isn't on that list for the late night shows, don't forget, he was planning to end in the year 2023, which is, now. Oh, and SNL, they're not planning to come back until October either, though their hosts are going to be a little different because, we're expecting the actors to still be striking by then. So it'll be interesting to see who ends up hosting on SNL when they do come back. Now, the streaming services do have a plan to get things back up and running as soon as possible, and that includes getting scripts for some of their more popular shows. Netflix in particular, they're looking forward to get season 2 of Wednesday and that final season of Stranger Things. As for our major networks, they're looking forward to refilling the already established writers' rooms for many of the shows that, again, are established. Getting those scripts out and ready for when the actors are ready to go back to work, that's their goal. Right now, getting things set so that they get right back into production once the actors have their contract as well. And what about the actors and their continued efforts to seek out a fair deal? As of October 2nd, that's this coming week, negotiations will be back in full swing. We expect to see the AMPTP and SAG on either side of the table, open-mindedly hearing each other out because, everybody kind of needs to at this point. Now, the priorities once SAG has a contract are a little bit different. Production on movies is what we expect to get back in full swing the fastest. Those that were halted mid-production, things like the Mission Impossible sequel, the Twisted, a sequel to Twister, and that Beetlejuice reboot. Personally, I'll be happier when they start on some new things, but you can't ask for everything in a day. Change comes slowly, and I'm hoping some news stories are churned out more quickly now that people are going to be treated a little more fairly. As for the end of the actors' strike, while earlier reports gave dates like December, it's looking like it could end maybe in October. I feel now the AMPTP has a better idea of what the actors might be asking for now that they've heard the writers out. Though they are obviously very different professions and require different kinds of compensation for the work, the changes might be more evident now that they've really had to lay it out for the writers. I do hope these talks are productive, and with the AMPTP now feeling the pain of starting a new season with no new shows and having to move movie premieres back just so they'll continue to have content until they can make new things, they're starting to feel the pain of this strike themselves. So the important takeaway is there's motivation on both sides of the table now. And so I'm a hopeful gal, though I am prepared to keep making updates and spreading the word to make sure that we are supporting our actors in their efforts. Because this is a cause that deserves support. The amount of time, effort, and self an actor has to put into themselves each day of work, it needs to be compensated, and fairly as well. As for how we can help, I do have a few bits of information on that. As per usual, you can find several links below, but I've got more information as well from our actors and what they'd like us to do. First of all, as much as we've all said we're going to, or we have, they'd really like us not to cancel our streaming services. I know it seems counterintuitive, really. Why would we be paying the people who are treating our actors badly? The idea is whatever little compensation they do get, they do get it from those streaming services and residuals on a pretty regular basis. And they don't want that to stop coming in. They do need it to survive. And secondly, if we are going to cancel all of these services, we should do it at once as a group. Fans making an impact, canceling their services all in one shot, it's going to make more of a dent into their psyche, into their awareness than us all canceling here and there on occasion. It's still a show of support. It just won't make the impact we're hoping to. So hold out on canceling if you're planning to, and wait for the word. The actors would also like us to continue talking about this. If we don't talk, well, people aren't going to be as aware of the problem, and the support, it starts to dwindle away. The way to end this strike quickly is to make sure that the actors get at least something close to what they're asking for. After all, if the actors aren't getting paid, the actors are going to stop acting, and we're going to have little to no new entertainment. So supporting our actors and giving them their dues, it is the best way to hopefully bring this strike to a conclusion. And especially now, since the writer's strike is over, we're worried that momentum will be lost. So continue to share, continue to post, continue to nag your favorite streaming service, and make sure that they're aware that you do support them, making sure their actors are fairly paid. And of course, I'll remind you once again of the links below. You can always find a few that I've found that allow you to support the actors, whether it's donating food, donating time, donating cash, whatever you can do to help. But the littlest and easiest thing you can do is to continue to share and spread the word. Remember, it isn't just our actors who are out of work right now. While production is down on sets, every single person who would normally be preparing those sets day to day, the hairstylists, the craft service people, lighting, just everybody who works hard to put these productions together. If there's no production, there's no work. So obnoxiously tweet, tag everybody, annoyingly write letters, physical letters to anybody you can think of in networks. I'll try to find addresses and put those below as well. We've got free time. There's no new TV. Might as well do something productive and write something in. Trust me, that's going to be even more annoying added on top of the tweets and memes, and yeah, let's be annoying. Now, if you found this video informative, please subscribe, like, and make sure to comment below with any other ideas of how we can support our actors. And, well, I don't ask for this very often, but, share. Make sure you spread the word so that we don't lose any kind of support for our actors. We don't want people to think the strike is over, because it simply isn't. The work is partially done, but it's not completed. And until the next video, thanks so much for joining me here. Please check out one of my other videos, and I'll see you there. And that final season of Strange New, and that final season, and that final say.